Hi everyone, welcome back to yoga here at the SEACUS Senior Activities Center. We have Carrie with us today, Jerry, Richard, Paula, and Connie. And welcoming those of us online. All right, well, namaste.
Namaste.
So welcome with namaste, and we're gonna get ready. We're moving through alignment today. So it's all about that alignment, lengthening from the glutes to the crown of the head, so all the way through. Also with length or with alignment here. We're also coming to the principles of spiraling inward and spiraling outward. So think of the inward spirals and we might have in, let me scoot back, that we might have in downward facing dog. I know we're probably not going to do that here today, but when you do downward facing dog, you're softening those elbows, you're spiraling in, and that spiraling in, when you're in that, opens up the shoulders and spirals out. So when I talk about spiraling out, some parts will be spiraling out simultaneously, some parts will be spiraling in. That is a concept of our alignment, as well as having moving from outside, so our peripheral of our body, and coming inside to core. So using that muscular tension, that's what that's about, is hugging the bones. It's really about squeezing the muscle, whether we're lengthening the legs and we're squeezing the bone of the legs, or we're lengthening the arms in Warrior Two and squeezing the bone again of the arms. Also, from there, we move from the center or core out to the peripheral. So that's the extension part. So these are all parts of alignment. I am going to come back. Let's get comfortable in our seat. So what we want is to find a nice, comfortable, safe seat that isn't going to tip us out, rock us out, or slide us off. And you're going to find those hip width distance apart, toes pointing forward, knees to ankles aligning, and then aligning the back like we were talking about. So let's just bring one hand over the center of the chest, one hand just below the navel. We want to sit nice and tall, maybe roll the shoulders up to the ears and squeeze. And then let's draw those shoulders back and down, really allow them to relax. You'll feel an openness and an uplifting here in the chest or heart area. You're then gonna dip the chin slightly so that you're lengthening through the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. You're going to soften the eyes here because we want to come into our breath now. Let's start with a breath where we inhale through the nose and we exhale through the mouth. We'll do that a couple more times. Now, allow the lips to shut. Start to breathe in and out of the nose here. Now, as you breathe in and out of the nose, you're still noticing the hands. Underneath the hands, the body expanding, and the body relaxing and releasing on the exhales. As we do this, we're just aligning through the spine. We're coming into that alignment. So through the center of the body, imagine alignment, front, back, sides. And then our silent mantra is, I am aligned. So just repeating that in the mind with your breath. I am aligned. I am aligned. Remembering those principles of alignment we just spoke about. Let's go ahead and gently release the hands, the arms. You could open the eyes. We're going to inhale, reach it up. You're going to bring the gaze up and really stretch the shoulders up to the ears, stretching through the arms, the fingertips, and you're pulling in the navel. Rib cage edges are knitting in towards the navel, so are hip points. We're going to come into one more breath. Now, as we exhale, gently soften the shoulders, the elbows. We're going to come to a flat back forward fold. So you're just releasing over the lap, releasing arms and hands. Remembering, if that isn't for you, you can bring hands on top of the knees, pull those elbows in, and simply lengthen the back and release the head. So wherever we're at in our forward fold, let's go ahead and root to rise. Inhale, flat back, lifts you up, all the way up as we come up, and exhale, palms come together, hands to heart. Let's inhale, bring it up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, lengthening all the way back up through the body. And each time we are stretching through the sides of the body, through the center of the body. Exhale, coming back to hands to heart. Last one, inhale, bringing it up, and exhale over the lap. Inhale, root to rise, lengthening back up. And exhale, let's release the arms, the hands, bring the gaze forward, and now look over one shoulder as you stretch those fingertips down. Inhale, let's take it back up, bring the gaze to neutral here, lifting arms. And exhale, as we release the arms, you're gonna look over the opposite shoulder. Inhale, let's take it back up. And exhale, bringing those arms slowly down, keeping length, looking over a shoulder. Inhale, lengthening up and over. And exhale, release the arms, looking over shoulder. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it all the way up. And exhale, interlace those fingers, send them behind the head so that we have the back of the head pressing into the palms of our hands. Fingers interlaced if we can. If we cannot do this interlacing of fingers, we can always stack hands, and the same thing can happen. From here, you're relaxing your shoulders, your elbows are wide and open. Let's go ahead and open up the knees, come to the lateral side of your foot, and then exhale, press back down into the soles of the feet, knees stack right above the feet and ankles. Inhale, let's roll to the sides of the feet. Let the knees be open. Exhale, bringing them back to alignment and pressing down through the soles of your feet. One more time, inhale, opening, sides of the feet and knees, and exhale, pressing down. From that pressing down, let's keep the legs engaged and feet pressing down. We're gonna exhale, chin comes into chest, elbows come forward down. We're only moving through the neck space on this one, so the alignment in the back is still the same, but we're inhaling and expanding, lifting up now, expanding through the chest and shoulders, and then exhale, chin comes back down, elbows back forward, shoulders relax. Let's inhale, expand, opening back up through the chest and neck, and exhale, chin into chest, relax shoulders, elbows forward. Let's go ahead and inhale, open again right here, pause there, keep grounded, so engage the legs again. If you've forgotten, they relaxed. You're pressing down through the soles of the feet. We're tall, shoulders are relaxed. Let's go ahead and start to move to one side, finding that lateral flexion. And inhale, bring it back up. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, lengthening back up. Exhale to the side, lateral flexion. Take your time. Inhale, stacking through the vertebrae and center. Exhale to the side. And inhale. Our last one, we're gonna switch it up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Exhale through the center of the body. And let's inhale to the side. Find that expansion, and then exhale, grounding and centering, right and center. And inhale to the side. Exhale, coming back to center. A little more ab work there. Let's go ahead and flip the palms, draw them all the way up. Squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, let's release all the way down and back. Whether we grab a hold of the chair or the bars on the chair, or we interlace our fingers behind us, you're drawing down towards the seat or trying to roll those shoulders back and down. Now the shoulder blades are moving towards your vertebrae center. Shoulders are rolled back and down. If you feel a large expanding happening here, let's go ahead and draw that navel in so that we have our low back protected. So you want to keep the low back lengthened with the mid back. From there, we're still pressing gently down with knuckles towards the chair. And if we have a hold of that chair instead of knuckles, we're pulling those elbows together. We're squeezing the scapulas together there, and we're still moving downward. Let's take one more breath here. So keep using that tension. And then exhale, soften and release. As you soften and release, sweep the hands to the knees. We're coming into cat-cow. So grounded feet. Exhale into cat, rounding through the spine, chin into chest, scooping the abs out. Now inhale, let's allow the pelvis to come forward as if it's dumping out, and you're rolling those shoulders back, really expanding through the front. Let's exhale, take it back to contracting in the back. And inhaling, expanding, softness in the front. And let's exhale, take it back again. Find that contraction of abs to spine. Now let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen all the way back up, bringing those arms up. Now, as we exhale, we're just going to lift a leg. What we're trying to do is just maybe touch the fingers underneath. If this isn't possible and leg doesn't lift that high, up here, but the leg is still lifted as much as you can. You're going to release that. Inhale, bring it up, lengthening through the body. Exhale, we're simply switching on to the other side. So it's touch the fingers, and then inhale, lift up, stretching through the torso. Exhale, contract those abs as you bring the knee up. Inhale, let's take it back up, nice and slow. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, take it up. And let's start lengthening a little bit. See if we can lengthen. Maybe we just touch the leg at this point if we can't get underneath. And inhale, take it up. So it's a little bit harder, of course, as we lengthen. And the knee can still stay soft here. We're just starting to lengthen a little bit more than what we had before is all. So again, coming to that side. And we're going to do it last time. So reaching up and over, and the last one. Inhale, let's take it up. And let's exhale, release those arms. So as we release those arms, let's take it all the way back to the seat. We're gonna find some chair ups here. So chair ups, I like to always have fingers on the chair. It lets you know it's there, it's stable, it's waiting for you. The feet are hip width distance apart. You're doing the best you can to also find that alignment. You might have to adjust here and there a little bit, but we're gonna hinge forward with a flat back, hands on the side of the chair so we can gently press up. Now we're only pressing up only a few inches up off that seat. You'll notice maybe the toes lift, maybe the balls of the feet lift. Let's try and plant the balls of the feet in the heels. Allow all 10 toes to lift here. Keeping the back lengthened, maybe we bring hands in front, on top or above those knees. And then I'm gonna move them back. We're gonna find one more breath here. And exhale, soften and release down. Let's inhale, lengthen through those heels and reach up through the arms. And hopefully you're all the way back in your seat. So I have the back of my chair that's helping support my back, and the glutes are supported by the chair as well. Let's go ahead and exhale. We're gonna release that. Hinge forward, grab a hold of the chair. Gently lift up. Pause there. Let's exhale, bring it down. Inhale, sweep up and over. I know, tricked you, Simon says. Exhale, you got used to my slow. Inhale, lift the glutes. Exhale, release down. So we're gonna do more since we're going a little bit faster. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lift the glutes. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lengthen through. And exhale, again, hinging forward. Inhale, lift the glutes. And exhale, release. Inhale, this time let's point the toes. Let's lift the arms and exhale, just release the arms. As we release the arms, let's go ahead and circumduct the feet, or the ankles actually, as we move the feet in circles. And then move the opposite direction as well. Release. We're again gonna come forward down. Inhale, lift up off the seat. We're coming back to those slow moments. So come back to seeing maybe if we can bring the hands above the knees. Pause there, maybe draw those elbows in, lengthen through the spine. Maybe you find the chin starting to sink towards the chest. One more breath. Bringing hands back to the chair and releasing down. Inhale, let's go ahead and lengthen all the way up and over through dorsiflexion. And exhale, release the arms, the hands, roll the shoulders back, and let's come into staff pose as if we're pressing down to that earth plane. So fingertips point forward. I'm pressing down through the heels of my palms. My shoulders are rolled back. My heart is lifted. My abs are tucking in, so I have this dynamic tension. Talk about that inward, outer spirals, the peripheral moving in, and from the in moving to peripheral. So really squeezing here, finding that tension. And let's go ahead and relax that staff pose, release. We're gonna find an openness in our legs now, so heel toe. And as we do, let's find knees pointing the same direction as our toes, second, third toes, and finding knees and ankles stacking. We're gonna use some movement with this one as well. So let's bring it into the side angle. You do pause for a moment here in Warrior Two, so we can start here, Warrior Two, but sweep one arm down, palm up, other palm, flip that palm up overhead if you can, or as much as you can. And then bring it back nice and slow. You move through that Warrior Two stance, opposite arm. You're going to then see if we can inhale as we sweep overhead. Exhale through that neutral Warrior Two. Inhale, our side angles sweep up and over. Exhale through Warrior Two. Inhale, sweep up and over. Exhale through Warrior Two. Inhale, sweep up and over. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, sweep up and over. We'll do this one more time each side. Take your time, use your breath. Really move into these positions nice and slow so that you can feel the different sensations, especially if you feel a tightness, so that you're alerted where that tightness is, where we can concentrate. Let's go ahead and come back to the Warrior Two here. So with Warrior Two, maybe rolling the shoulders back and down, and then sending that energy through the fingertips, stretching through, finding that dynamic tension, and now squeezing the bone at the same time. Let's then press down through the soles of the feet, activating our legs, activating our feet. From here, we're going to take our gaze over one side. We're going to come to 3 deep breaths. And now let's exhale. We're going to release the hands. We're going to follow the fingertips down, all the way down. So here you could either grab a hold of the chair, roll the shoulder back, but you're letting the chin come down towards that armpit, towards the chest. Allow that to come down as you take 2 more breaths. Now on that second exhale, you're going to just gently press the chin best you can to about center of the chest. Pause there, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the scapulas towards each other as you roll the shoulders back and down. Chin is into chest. 1 more breath. Gently release that. You're bringing the head back to neutral. We're extending back into Warrior Two. So once again, maybe roll those shoulders back, extend through those fingertips, then tighten the muscle towards the bone. Abs are also connecting and tightening. Then you're going to press down through the soles of the feet, activating your legs. You feel that full body tension. Let's take our gaze over the opposite side for 3 breaths. And as we exhale, we're going to follow the fingertips down, all the way down. Maybe you grab a hold of the back bottom of the chair, but you are letting the chin move towards that armpit. You're going to just relax here for 2 more breaths. Now from there, you're going to continue to try and press the chin slowly towards the chest and down towards center. As you come to center, this time let's release the hands from the sides of the chair. Arms are just dangling. And then squeeze those shoulders up and bring the gaze all the way up. And let's exhale, release that, open all the way up into warrior 1 here now. So palms face each other, we're lengthening up, and we're gonna exhale, twist towards one side. Now the side you've twisted to, try and stay there, stay within that twist. This is feeling the inner spiraling moving up through the crown, as well as the outer spiraling moving back down and squeezing in at the rib cage. Now from here, as we find our drishti point, that's just a point of focus right at the horizon where we're looking. Let's extend the opposite leg and point the toe. You're just extending, pointing the toe. And let's find dorsiflexion in that leg that's extended. And gently release the leg. Bring yourself unwinding, coming forward. Release the arms and have the hands on top of the knees, fingers point inward. Exhale, hinge from the hips, flat back, leads us forward and all the way down. We're gonna find the opposite of our cat-cow now. So you're gonna inhale and round the back for cat, expanding through the back of the body, and then exhale, you're just unwinding that by lengthening and exhaling through a flat back. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, rounded back cat. And the exhale, flat back here, relaxing and releasing. Last one, inhale, round through. And exhale, release. Inhale, press through those palms. We're lengthening through a flat back all the way back up and over. Bring those arms back up, palms face each other. Exhale, twist your body towards the opposite knee. Pause there, find your drishti point of focus, just right at that horizon level where you're looking here. And now you're going to take the leg you're not looking to and start to send it out. Let's start off with a pointed toe here. And now let's come to dorsiflexion. So I'm going to bring the toes towards the shins, sending out the energy through my heel. And release that leg. You're gonna still be here, wound up in that warrior 1 though, for 1 more breath. And exhale, unwinding back forward, releasing that. And this time, hands again on the knee. We're gonna come forward on an inhale. Now exhale, sweep heart towards the knee, extend the opposite arm. You could keep the other arm bent, you're staying low. Let's inhale through center, sweeping through. Exhale to that opposite knee. 1 arm lengthens, the other one is still bent. Let's inhale again through center. And you're just aligning head, heart, and knee best you can. And let's inhale again. So that the exhale, it's more of an alignment, a settling. And let's go ahead and inhale through center. This time, we're gonna come all the way up so that now I'm to that side, but both my arms are lengthened. I'm gonna continue to twist as I exhale and look to the side or behind me. Then I'm gonna release that, unwind, slowly dip down, coming forward through that pendulum line, moving all the way to that other side. Other arm is lengthened, but now you're gonna press down to the other arm, twist as you lengthen up, looking over, maybe behind you or beside you. Releasing that, you're gonna come all the way back to center. We're going to do this one more time on each side. So once you get to that other side, both arms lengthened, you're twisting, sending the shoulders back and down. And then let's come back through center again, making that slow pendulum. And then as we come back up to the other side, lengthen arms, twist, looking behind you or beside you. And let's move back to center and pressing our way back up. From here, let's go ahead and bring hands to the center of the chair. I'm far enough back that I have this leverage. We're going to bend those elbows, hinge, flat back, and then press into those hands. This is lifting you up again out of your chair. Now, hopefully, let's try and see if we can bring up all 10 toes, but keep the balls of the feet and the heels grounded, just lifting all 10 toes. And let's exhale, gently bring us down. And just inhale, bring the arms up, but send the toes down. Exhale, let's keep all parts of the foot down, come forward, hinge up, lift up. Now this time, let's see if we can curl the toes as if we're trying to pick up a pencil or pen. This will send the arch of your foot lifting up into the inner legs. And let's go ahead and flatten the foot back out, send the glutes back down, and this time sweep the hands to the back part of the chair. And let's inhale in our straddle pose by pointing the toes. And again, we're lengthening through those legs. Think of the spiraling, think of the squeezing in. And let's go ahead and release that. Find the alignment again. Hands come forward, hinging forward. And let's pick up the glutes. This time, we're gonna see if we can pick up one heel. Picking up one heel. And then releasing that. Let's move to the other side. Pick up the opposite heel. And let's gently release that. Take a breath. And exhale, set those glutes back down. Sweep the hands back. Coming back to dorsiflexion now in our straddle pose. So now I'm sending the energy through the heels. The toes are pointing towards me. Let's go ahead and come back to pointing again. Really sending that energy through those toes. Take it back to dorsiflexion, sending the energy through the heels. And let's soften back down. As we soften back down, we find that alignment. Hands come forward, hinging forward, lift the glutes. This time as we lift the glutes, let's look to one side and just glide the knee towards the toes. You're just doing a little bit of gliding here towards the toes. And let's glide back to center. You're gonna look over to the other side and that knee's gonna glide towards the toes. And let's come back to center here. Take a breath. And exhale, release down. As we release down, let's take the hands all the way to the back. Maybe you're towards the back enough that you're supported even in the low back here. So we're gonna hang on to the chair. We're gonna sweep those legs out, point the toes, and we're coming to a close. So inner legs engage, coming to at least hip width distance apart, then let's come back to dorsiflexion. And open back up to straddle. From there, let's point the toes, bring it back to close. Dorsiflexion, energy through the heels, and open. Point the toes, bring it back to close. Dorsiflexion, heels extend, and start to open in that extension. Pause there. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale, release the feet. Now, we're gonna release the feet. We're gonna come right into goddess pose. So let's engage our legs. We're pressing down already. We're pressing down. We notice knees to toes. And then let's bring it to hinged elbows, palms forward. Now, if we're kind of forward here and relax, that's fine. But as we engage, so our abs are engaged, our legs are engaged, let's draw those shoulders and elbows back so that we're squeezing now the scapulas. So those are our back bones, our upper shoulder bones, squeezing towards each other or the midline. From there, let's go ahead and inhale, take it up, all the way over. Exhale, we're just taking it back to those cactus-like arms, back to our goddess. Let's do this 2 more times. So the inhale, we're gonna stretch over like we're taking a dive. And exhale, you're bringing it back to those goalpost arms. 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale, back to goalpost. Now my abs are still tight. I'm still pressing down through those legs and feet. They're even getting a little bit tired. Let's inhale and squeeze those scapulas together and back. And exhale, bring the palms together, zip down, elbows and forearms come together. Let's go ahead and inhale, reopen back up. Expansion, exhale, take it back to close. Inhale, open. Exhale, let's take it to close. Inhale, last one, open. And this time, exhale, point those fingers down. So now it's that sad cactus. From there, let's go ahead and send those fingertips all the way down. Now, I still have the palms rotated towards the back wall. Start to send those palms all the way back. Maybe fingertips are pointing towards the back of you now. You're letting the shoulders kind of roll forward here as you send those palms back, sending the fingertips. And now let's pull the thumbs a little bit closer together so that we're using the backs of the arms. You're just using the backs of the arms as you try and pull them a little bit closer together. And then let's release. As we release, hands come back on the knees. Let's heel toe back into hip width distance apart. Maybe you come a little bit away from the back of the seat now. We're gonna go ahead and find the grounded feet, the knees stacking above. Let's inhale, bring those arms up, over, and exhale all the way back and down. So these are just big circles for you. The biggest circles you can have here for your shoulders. You're breathing slowly through it. I like to come forward up on those inhales, and I like to bring it back as I exhale back and down. We'll do this one more time before we reverse this circle. Now from there, let's inhale back and up, and exhale forward and down. The next two, I'm going to extend a leg. I'm still doing the same thing. Forward, back and down, or forward and down. One more time, inhale with that same leg, and exhale forward and down. Now release that leg. So we have two more. We're still gonna lengthen opposite leg now. We're still moving those arms forward, down as we exhale. The inhales we draw up and back. This is our last one. Exhale, release. All right, from there, let's find that we are secure, stable. Extend one leg. You can keep a softness in the knee. Sole of the foot's gonna come all the way down, plantar flexion. This other leg, let's make sure it's in alignment. We're gonna use both hands stacking on top, and we're simply gonna keep a flat back and exhale. Allow the heart to come down. Maybe you feel this in the back, maybe you feel it in the hips, but you're lengthening through right now. Elbows can be out, and you're using the arm strength. You can take now the same side hand to leg and slowly just extend down and start to release. You're looking to pull down towards the toes without forcing those. So you're just looking to find a little bit of stretch here. The other hand and arm is in support for you. And hopefully we're all still breathing, even if it's a little more difficult as we squish forward. And this is where we learn to breathe in tight spaces, right? Let's go ahead and gently come all the way back up. So as we come back up, let's come to dorsiflexion. Same thing, you can come down with the hands here, dorsiflexion, softness in the knee. Allow the heart to come down. When you're ready, take the other hand and maybe guide it down towards the toes. That might bring you a little bit closer to the lap. You're coming into deep breaths. Let's find 3 deep breaths. And let's gently bring that hand back to the other hand. Press our way back up. We're gonna release that leg underneath so we have that alignment. And flat foot forward, grounded, softness in the knee, hands over the opposite, that supported knee. Exhale, flat back leads us down. And if you don't feel any stretching here, that's when you're gonna take that hand, arm out and start to stretch down towards the toes. The other arm and hand is your support there. And then finding those deep breaths. Go ahead and gently bring that hand back, stacking so that we can use arm strength to push our way back up. And then let's find dorsiflexion. Again, you are keeping a little bit of a softness in the knee. We don't want to lock out or overextend our knee the other way. So coming back forward and down with the heart, the chest, the nice flat back, extension through the heel. And again, if you want to add to this, you can take that same side arm, hand, and just reach down for the toes. Let's bring that hand back. Inhale, press our way back up. And as we bring that foot underneath, hopefully you are already forward towards the front part of your chair. So what you're gonna do from here is you can keep hands here if you want. You can also do hands at heart, or you can extend warrior two. Not really gonna be particular, but what we're doing is lifting a knee and bringing it out. So you can do this and just bring it in, or you can use, so I would say first step is just using the hand, using your hands here. But the exhale, you bring it in. So that's number two. Then the other one, you could inhale out when you feel like you have that control. Exhale back. Let's see if we could bring it hands to heart. Inhale out. Exhaling back. Last one, inhale up. Inhale out. And exhale back. Let's go ahead and release that. Release the arms. Take a moment, maybe hands here, and just rock gently side to side because glutes might have moved, hips, and releasing back down. So the first two, we're gonna sit nice and tall. You're gonna lift. You're just gonna bring it out to the side. You could use that arm to help guide. You're exhaling back to center. And again, inhale out to the side. Exhale back to center. If you would like, warrior two, inhale out to the side. Exhale back to center. Take it to hands to heart. Inhale out to the side. Exhale back to center. Inhale, arms come up, warrior one type pose. Out to the side. And exhale, bring it back. Release, we're gonna come into a forward fold. So maybe you rock gently side to side. Allow yourself to feel stable here and then come into your forward fold as you exhale. Let's go ahead and inhale, draw it all the way back up. And as we inhale, and then bring the chin back through center and gently just bring it over to the other side. And you're looking down, so you're not moving a whole lot, but it's enough that you feel this in your neck. Let's go ahead and bring it back, chin into chest. One more time on each side. You're taking that chin, keeping it low, looking to the side just gently, coming back through center and the other side. Let's bring it back to center and inhale, take it all the way back up. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's go ahead and take hands to knees. We're gonna come into our elephant and cow, and then we're gonna wrap up with our yoga nidra. So I'm still at the edge of my seat. Elephant cow, you got a little bit of a taste in the beginning. It is hands on knees. So the elephant is an inhale, lateral side of the feet. You can press gently on the inner side of the knees, and then notice you're rolling the shoulders back and you want to expand and allow that belly and abs to come forward as you just stretch through. And then as we take it back to cat, it's an exhale. Plant those feet, press down, contract back. We'll do 3 more of these. So find openness in your elephant as we inhale through the trunk of the body. Exhale, find grounding in your cat in a contraction, navel to spine. Inhale, elephant, opening up through the front of the body. And an exhale, stabilizing as we come back and contract in cat. Last one, inhale through elephant. And exhale, take it back to cat. From there, let's inhale, lengthen up. You might just relax the hands. You might move side to side. I want to do just a little bit more neck, so I'm just releasing whatever that looks like for you. If you're moving forward and down with me and releasing to the sides, that's good. Now, if you start to want to go back, make sure you shrug the shoulders up as you look up and draw back so you can safely come back, but just make sure that those shoulders are up when you take the head looking up and back. Other than that, you can just move the head here, forward, down in those half circles where you lift the chin on the sides and maybe look up towards the ceiling. That opens up the sides of our neck as well as the back. And like I said, if you want to move into the front part of the neck stretch, you're gonna start to shrug those shoulders up and simply look up. You could send the head back with the shoulders shrugged up. This helps protect the neck. You can still move ear to shoulder even with this as well. Or my ear just barely touches my shoulder on one side, and then I take it back and to the other side, and I take it back. And let's go ahead and release that as we bring it back forward and down. All right, let's take a moment to run through the wrists here, spreading wide with the fingertips, and then move it back the opposite direction. And now maybe releasing the hands, the arms here, and let's move through the foot. So I'm gonna keep this just moving like I'm standing up, rolling through my ankle, my knees, my hips are moving. Maybe you move it out to the side. You kind of want to just play with it without overdoing anything. You're just stretching, finding movement in those joints, and then moving to the other side. Even if the foot moves out like mine, it kind of gives different stretching here as you move around, using the manipulation of your foot and the floor. All right, let's get ready for our Shavasana pose. Shavasana pose can be done in a chair. It also can be done there at home. It could be on the floor. It could be on an easy chair, couch, wherever you'd like. It's really pretty. Oh, good, dark purple. All right, let me grab my water. Okay, those of us that are at home, maybe we're in an office. So if we're in an office, we might just stay seated up in our easy chair at the office here. You are going to allow yourself to be supported by that chair though. So if you happen to be in a chair, allow yourself to be supported by the chair. Allow yourself to sink back into the chair. Allow the legs to be open, the knees to be soft, feeling that openness in the hips, the pelvis, and you're letting the upper, mid, and low back just relax down. I'm using palms face up. I rest them on my lap when I'm sitting up. And instead of trying to sit nice and tall here or keep my face forward, I'm going to allow my chin to sink down towards my chest space. This will help me relax here. It also helps your mind relax when you have the chin just below the level of your forehead. So even if you're lying back, instead of letting the chin be up, when you're lying back, let the chin sink down towards the chest to elongate the spine and the back of the neck as well. So it helps you breathe easier, better, as well as it relaxes your mind. So coming here as you find your position and relaxing into it, softening, maybe finding the little extra movements to create comfort, whether it be in the wrist, the elbows, the arms, the head, the legs, the hips. thinking of all your joints here and just releasing and relaxing into them. You're going to start to soften the eyes here as we come back to breath. We're going to focus on our breath. We're going to do our 4-6 breath. So we're going to inhale for 4 counts and exhale for 6 counts. I will be your guide here. All you're looking for is to have a longer exhale than your inhale. So let's start here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way to the top. Hold the breath and squeeze your muscles, moving from peripheral to inward as you spiral that energy up through the center of your body to the top, to the crown of your head. When you're ready, exhale through the mouth and let it go. And now releasing into your natural, neutral breath. Allow the breath to flow through the nostrils, through the head space, through the neck, through the chest, and through the body. Allowing a gentle expansion and release with every breath. Allowing your awareness to follow the breath as you expand into different parts of the body with the breath. You're releasing and relaxing any sensations of tension, any sensations of blockage. You're releasing and letting go. So allow the breath to carry that expansion, release, and relax. And as you relax into this space, finding that alignment, the body is relaxed, the back is aligned as it relaxes down, coming all the way down through the body to the 10 toes, relaxing all 10 toes. Releasing through the feet as you soften, relaxing both ankles, both lower legs. You feel a softness in the knees as the knees are relaxing, releasing tension. As we expand into the upper legs, feeling as if the breath of water is moving through us, the expansion, the release, and the fluidity that we move now into the hips. As we find our sacral space, deep within the pelvis, center of the pelvis, between both hips, sides of the body, front and back of the body. Relaxing the pelvis as we breathe, releasing into the sacrum, the downward facing triangle of the back of the pelvis. And as we release through the sacrum and the back, the pelvis, the glutes, we release all the way down to the tip of the tailbone. And from the tip of the tailbone to the pubis bone. And now let's find the space between. This is our root, where we build our foundation from. Allow yourself to feel supported, to relax at the root chakra, feeling supported as we start to bring that energy of softening up through the sacral again. And the sacral softening as we move to the navel. Allow the navel to rise and fall with the breath. You're feeling into the fluidity of the breath as it expands and releases. The spiraling in that extends out, and the spiraling out that extends in. The belly rises and falls with the breath. Relaxation moves through the belly and the midsection, the mid-back, the upper back, the shoulder blades release and relax as you find the rib cage expanding and releasing with the breath. Moving to our solar plexus above the navel, between the rib cage. As we find heat, our fire element here, for digestion, for transformation. We allow the breath to relax us, to soften the body, as we relax now to the heart space, center of the chest. Still breathing and relaxing the center of the chest. As this is our element of air or breath, our vital life force. Allowing yourself to maybe take deeper breaths into the chest to feel that expansion and to release and relax the upper body on the exhale as we come to the base of the throat, right between the clavicles. Softening both shoulders. Relaxation moves through the arms and fingertips. Softening all 10 fingers. Relaxing hands, both wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, both shoulders. And as you relax, you're relaxing behind and in front as we move to the neck space again. Coming to the neck chakra, the throat chakra at the base of the neck. As the element here is ether. As we bring in purification. As the throat is a small space to breathe through, purifying our energy, readying it for higher realms of consciousness as we relax the neck space. As we relax the back of the head, the jaw relaxes, the facial muscles release, the sides of the head relax, the back of the head releases, the crown of the head, perhaps feeling the breath moving through the crown of the head. allowing relaxation to enter, and maybe even visualizing light entering as it soothes the mind, relaxing the mind as we move our visualization to between the brows and above the bridge of the nose, our third eye space, allowing us now to breathe in through the third eye space as we connect to the pineal gland deep within the mind, center of the mind, shaped like a pine cone. Breathing through this center, clearing the mind, relaxing the mind, allowing the light from the crown of the head to relax you. Also feel like it's opening the mind to the bigger picture. As we come back to breath, awareness, and even the alignment of our body, relaxing. I am aligned. I am aligned. I am aligned. And as you feel you're aligned, you're bringing awareness of breath, breathing into the body and releasing. Each time bringing in awareness through the breath as it travels and expands out to the peripheral of your body. And on the exhale, allowing it to relax inward to the center of the body. And again, as you inhale, extending out to the outer edges of your body. As you bring it back in, moving all the way back to the core, the center. Now relaxing the body, allowing yourself to count down from number 12. Breathing in 12 and breathing out 12. Breathing in 11, breathing out 11. So on and so on. And now ceasing your counting, coming back to the awareness of the breath. You are breathing. As we come back to the words, I am aligned. I am aligned. I am aligned. And now relaxing that as we start to wiggle our fingers, our toes, as we find movement in the fingers and toes, it moves to the hands and wrists. It moves to the feet and ankles. And soon you have more movement. As you slowly have more movement, maybe you take that stretch overhead. And when you're ready, exhale, bringing the hands back around, maybe grabbing a hold of the knees, allowing the knees to come back into the chest if you have that available for you today. If not, maybe grabbing hands on shoulders, giving yourself a hug as you just gently rock side to side. Finding yourself on one side or the other, allowing yourself to come into a fetal position if you have that. And then when you're ready, pressing through the hands, using arm strength to bring us all the way back up into our sitting position. Thank you, everybody. Yoga Nidra is over. Om Shanti Shanti. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. It's the summer, so drink lots of water and definitely be aware out there so that you stay safe. Have a wonderful week.